Okay, we're going to replace these brake pads on this 2001 Mercedes S430, and that's all we're doing. It's just pad replacement, nothing else. Rotors look good, so I'm not going to get in detail with that. So right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the sensor harness, and this just unbolts off the back here. It's a T10, like I said. This activated the light on the information center and said it needed brakes. This is the only wheel that has a sensor on it. It is the right rear wheel. So just go ahead and save that bolt. You're going to reuse that. And then go ahead and unplug your connector and just set the harness to the side. Now get a metal drift, and you're going to punch this roll pin out, or a caliper pin, excuse me, and pretty much just knock it out. So you're going to go from the outside in. You're going to reuse this anti-rattle clip, so keep that. Take a good look at it so you can remember how it went on. And the pads just pull straight out. You see there's a sensor. Now they have a tool to push these caliper pistons back in, a spreader, but you can use a screwdriver like I'm going to show you right here. Just be very careful not to tear the boots. Here I'm going to go ahead and install the pad with the sensor wire on it. And now here I'm showing you how to push that piston back into place. Just push it all the way back in, and you should be able to get your pad back on there. Make sure that the wiring is on the outside of the anti-rattle spring, like I have it right there. And just push your pin back in. Once you get it started, you can go ahead and get a hammer and just tap it in place. And you can help guide it with your fingers. And you pretty much want to tap this caliper pin all the way till it's flush on the very back side. You can put your hand there and feel it later on. Make sure it's completely flush. Once you have the pin in, just go ahead and reconnect your sensor. And then bolt it back, put the bolt back on. And just tighten it down snug. And that's it. You are done with the right rear. Now over here, I'm over in the left rear, and pretty much rinse and repeat. Just knock that pin out. Now this side, as you notice, does not have a sensor wire on it, so this is just pretty much even easier to replace. And that's it. Good luck. Another thing I forgot to mention is make sure your master cylinder has enough reserve space when you push these pistons back into place that fluid does not overflow. One more thing of note is the setup on this particular S430 is a fixed caliper setup. So that means the calipers stay on there when you replace the brake pads. I believe that some of the models have a floating caliper set, which would require you to remove the calipers to replace the brake pads. And also on the front brakes, they have individual sensors for the brake pad wear on the fronts. So on the rears, remember, there's only one, and it's on the right rear. Then the final step will be reinstall your wheels and torque your wheel bolts to 110 foot-pounds. And that should pretty much complete this job. Before you drive off with the vehicle, pump the brakes to make sure that the fluid refills the caliper space that's left after you replace the pads. It'll go down to the floor the first couple of times and then it'll be okay.